Hello, this is Rodney Weekly, and for today I'll be introducing you to the dashboard for Team B for sales. And this first screen is this is Tableau. That is a tool that we're using that's for free for students to be able to download and utilize. It's just a data visualization tool. As you can see up here in the top corner, you can create a connection to a database, and here we are just using a direct connect to the Helsinki database for ERP SIM. And these here are the tables that we're joining together in order to get the data set that you can preview down here. And this is the raw data that we're utilizing for our connection. And up here you can add your filters, and so much like in Excel, we're filtering on user key for Dijon 495B. And so with that, I will go ahead and get directly into our dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and put it in presentation view here. Up in the top left-hand corner is our sales map. It gives just a general sales overview and a spatially referenced view for total profit. And we'll get back to each one of these tools in turn here. Profit over here on the right-hand side, this gives you our product performance with the utilizing profit as the indicator, which allows us to track it based on a timeline, how well we're doing, and those that are trending downwards and upwards are gives us an overview. And then we'll discuss more about that here in a minute as well. Product performance, this gives us a general overview of how well each one of our products is doing in what areas, and that helps us determine perhaps where we need to market more, or be able to figure out why a particular product is not selling as well in a particular area. Perhaps it needs more marketing, or the price needs to be adjusted. Down here we have the sales monitor. So this monitors gross sales, all products together, based on a 2-week time frame, starting with the oldest date here on the right and the newest date here on the left, and giving us an indicator. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to break out to each one of these sheets here for the sales map. Let's go to this sheet. This sales map here gives us that general overview of the spatial reference of our data, and basically it's what we call a heat map. And so each one of our cities is graduated based on the amount of profit in each. And here's a key up here in the top right hand corner. The larger the circle, the more profit we've had in that city. We've also got a color indicator here for those cities are low performers are in red, moderate performers are in gold, and the high performers, or our best performers I should say, are in green. If you hover over one of them, you see that the profit here is 49,874 euros, and each one of these you could see further. You can even see the customer ID, and you can see what area they're in. So this is bordering just on the west side, this is on the south, and here is in the north for each one of these regions. And that gives you just kind of a nice perspective as to be able to visualize the data for sales a little easier, and maybe target it more with marketing. Going back to our dashboard, we can now break out to profit. Profit is is one of our key performance indicators for how well a product is doing. Each one of these lines represents a particular target market. So this is DCID 14, which is the independent grocers, and this is DCID 12, which is our grocery store chains. And so you can see how our products are performing in each one of these. Based on the sales over time. When these lines are starting to trend down, we need to take a look to see how our pricing is. In our last round, we had some problems with raisin, and that's showing here on this graph. And this shows us when our last date of sales were for this one. It's a little short, doesn't go all the way to the end. Last sales date was on the 18th, around 2. So this shows the entire graph for the entire length of time. So the most current date is always here on the left, because the older dates will trend off here on to the right. That way we can always keep in focus the most recent sales. Back to the dashboard. So our next sheet is this product performance sheet. Let me just click here and go to this. Product for performance shows us the areas for each one, north, south, and west, and then how much we sold in each region for each one of these. This one here is so blueberry. You can see it was sold in the independent grocers for revenue of $88,000 in the north area, and then in again for an independent grocer also in the south area, we had a revenue of 150,333 euros, or a total profit of 110,000 euros. And then this bottom one is the gross margin of 73.26. This helps us to determine where maybe we might need to target more or do some more marketing in. And our last one is our gross sales monitor. And this is for the last 2 weeks, with the most recent date, of course, being here on the left-hand side, so that we can have the most recent information still on the chart as it's rolling off. So always the most information is here on the left-hand side. And we can see, so everything that is in green is above is at $24,000, and this is based so we can keep track of if our sales are meeting our inventory. So as production is going, we are trying to sell, around 24,000 units a day at a minimum, and so this will give us an indication. If it drops below 20,000, it starts to turn gold and red when we really hit bottom on sales revenue, and that gives us an indication of whether we need to adjust prices or marketing in order to achieve our sales goals again, and then going on from there. We hope to see this line trending up and staying up here at this rate as we dial better in on pricing. That's the end for the dashboard. Just a couple other quick tools to look at. This is a forecast that we built for sales for the next 3 days. It gives by 1 day in the future, 2 days in the future, 3 days in the future, and the product number or a customer number for each one of those customers that has bought something on those days in the future, and this is their average of sales, so that we can kind of forecast based on that for the next few days to see what our prices and marketing are for each one of these customers to be able to go forward. Then here's an indicator for our top 10 customers. Our top customer is this 80147, and they have bought 2 products from us, the nut and the blueberry. And this indicates here you can also filter by product. So if we wanted to see who bought raisin from us, it was 80194, and they bought 7,000 units. And these are from our top customers. So we can also do this and get our overall sales by product. As you can see, nut 500 gram is our top seller, with mixed fruit being our lowest. And then this is a beginning of analysis of what customers are buying what on which day, looking at each product and the customer, and taking the rounds and putting them together to see what days that we need to have what product in stock, and how our marketing needs to go. That concludes my presentation of Team B's sales dashboard. Thank you very much.